Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a brew built around the new Benevolent River Spirit, which is 2 mana for 4/5. Now, as an additional cost to cast it, you waterbend 5, so you can tap creatures or lands to waterbend, or artifacts. And it's got Flying War 2, and when it enters, you scry 2. Now, we're not really trying to cast this, but we're trying to sneak it into play on turn 2 with Breakout, which looks at the top 6 cards of your library, and if it's a creature card with mana value 2 or less, you can put it directly into battlefield with haste. Otherwise, you put it into your hand. So if you break out into Benevolent River Spirit on turn 2, then you get a 4/5 Flying War 2, Scry 2 with haste on turn 2, which is very good. The other card that works really well with Breakout is Uharis, which is a 2/3 double strike vigilance, but it says you can't play it on the first, second, or third turns in the game. And at the beginning of your end step, if you played a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So we've got a lot of synergies with this in the deck, but having 8 really good hits off of Breakout means you have a good chance of hitting one of these when you cast a Breakout. But we also have a bunch of other 2-drops that work well in the deck. We got Inti, which works well because it lets you exile something and cast something from exile, which could trigger the Uharis. Also gives trample and +1/+1, which is really good with Uharis as well to buff up its power and give it trample because it's got double strike. So that's pretty good synergy right there. And it also can discard the Benevolent River Spirit if you draw it, because you're probably not casting this in this deck. You could late game, but probably not. So we have a way to discard it with Inti, and also with FOMO, you can discard the spirit if you draw it. So that is kind of the idea. FOMO gives extra combat steps, which is pretty good, both with Inti because of its triggered ability, but also just attacking multiple times with double strikers or Benevolent River Spirits can be very powerful. And then the summon here gives haste to creatures, but also exiles a card from the top of your library. So again, can trigger the Uharis if you're playing something from exile. You get to trigger its last ability. And then we've got the Floodpits Drowner, which is just good, kind of like a creature that is a removal. That's also a 2-drop, so it works well with Breakout. And yeah, basically just a good card with Flash. The rest of the deck is removal and Wild Ride. Wild Ride works really well again with the Uharis because your puppet gets power, and also the Harmonize ability lets you trigger the last ability to do damage equal to its power to anything. And it's just a nice card to fill out the curve and give your attack triggers right away with potentially FOMO or Inti. And then we got Torch the Tower, Burst Lightning. These are instants to help with Delirium, but also just removal. There's so many Landwar Elves going around, and cheap creatures you want to remove. Helps with the curve as well, so just having some 1-mana spells in the deck. So that is basically the deck. This is the combo. Let's jump some games and see it in action. A huge thank you to all my viewers who have joined my channel membership. I really appreciate all the support. Members get badges, emotes, and early access to all my videos. Click the link in the description below the video to join and get these perks today. Okay, going first. Kind of don't want this in our opener. Maybe we'll mulligan once. This looks better. Keep this, put back a land maybe. Yeah. Seems reasonable. Let's play this tapped. And Fable Passage. Okay, there's another one. Maybe we will FOMO one of those away. And another FOMO. Okay. That's a lot of FOMOs. Alright, there's Breakout. Yeah, let's go with that. See what happens. Okay, Summon comes into play and hits Burst Lightning, sure. Alright, 16. Alright, a lesson deck, but they didn't have any removal, so this can give haste to next couple things. is nice. Alright. Opponent lessening it up. With the Appa pet. Oh. Feed Appa. That's awesome. Some cabbages. Okay, combustion technique takes that out. Okay, land is good. So we can do this plus wild ride. Let's do that, I think. Although, oh no, this is the third. Although this still comes into play with haste, so let's just do it. Yeah, starting town. This is the 4th turn, so be it. And then next turn, we could wild ride. No, we will not be wild riding. Actually, we could be wild riding. We could do FOMO wild ride. Is that enough? Wait, so let's count. We got sorcery, enchantment, creature. Enchantment, creature. So we need a land in our hand to discard, or in order to turn on delirium. So let's go breakout, I guess. Or is FOMO better? No. Let's do breakout. Nope, that was not better. Alright. A little whiff here. What did we hit with all that? Oh, I can't quite see. Alright, stock up. Alright, can't whiff twice, right? Impossible. Okay. There we go. And then go to pump it. Sure. Go for the win here. Alright, sweet, sweet. Got him. GG. Alright, going first. We got the breakout in the hand, but 2 river spirits. Not exactly what we want. But because we have the breakout, I think we'll keep it. See what happens. Alright, and let's go for it. Let's see what we hit. Oh, hey. Hit a river spirit. Nice. And we can set up the next couple turns. Another land. FOMO would be pretty good. Actually, FOMO into land actually sounds good. We could FOMO away one of the spirits and then draw the land, wild ride it. Okay. Clayfire bricks. So yeah, let's play this out. Discard one of these spirits. Play the land. Play the wild ride. I'm not gonna get 2 attack steps, but still a lot of damage. Potentially, let's see. Threatening some good damage. Okay. Takes away all that stuff. Alright, there's another breakout. Let's see what we hit with it. Is it Uharis? Probably taking that. It's usually a pretty good one. Hit for 4. Okay, nice. Alright, draw some cards. And then, yeah, if we just like wild ride, we don't even have to attack. But this has vigilance. So I might as well swing. Alright, GG. Sweet, sweet. On to the next one. Okay, opponent goes first. Not a very good hand, so mulligan and keep this. Put back the River Spirit. And see what they got. And break out into something useful, hopefully. Ooh, or we could just probably just want to tap that thing down because don't want this to attack. Yeah. Thing has got a lot of scary potential here. Slick shot, show off. Okay. Gonna wild ride that. They're tapped out now. Prowess. Let's tap it down. That is just way too much mana. Okay, Inti, not bad. Could Inti plus Wild Ride. Could FOMO plus Wild Ride. Kind of want to break out and see what I hit there, but I could also use the Drowner to trade with this, but I don't think I want to do that. Let's break out and see what we hit. And Stomping Ground for 1 mana. Okay. Another Floodpits Drowner. Sure. Not bad, I guess. Now, do we want a Wild Ride on it? No, I think I'll hold off. See if we find something better. Oh. Ayo. Ayo bayo. Gonna fling the bio on my Drowner. Okay. Didn't see that one coming. Got 1 card left. And they can do 1 to me. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. FOMO 2. We can go FOMO, or do we want to tap down their stuff? I mean, they don't really have much left. Could wait until I'm able to get Delirium and then FOMO Wild Ride, I guess. Although I have, well, there's Sorcery. Yeah, Sorcery, I see. You do Inti plus discard something. I think we'll just keep going with the Floodpits Drowners, maybe. Yeah, let's do FOMO. Let's discard the land. Try to build up to... Okay. Try to build up to Delirium. I'm happy to block. Block here, I guess. Well, if they have 1, I'll double block, whatever. Okay. Alright, well. There's a summon. At 14, I mean, I could die to this thing. Certainly possible. If I go Inti, or if we go FOMO, discard this, though. That'll be 2 attack steps with each. I think that's good. I discard the summon. That gives me delirium. Oh. And then pump this one. And swing. Or wait, if I swing with just this one and the first attack step, I get to untap it, right? And then the second attack step, get to untap this one and attack again. Okay, there we go. All right, we did it. Sweet, sweet. GG. All right, going first. Mulligan this and keep this one. Put back an Inti, I think. And pass. Alright, nothing, no land realms, okay. Alright, let's hit good here. And not so great, I mean it's okay. Ditch the... Inti or the other FOMO? FOMO would make it much easier to get delirium, so let's do that, I guess. Sorcery, enchantment, creature. So instant will give delirium. So we take out the cub. And then I think we just play the Inti. Or do we go Wild Ride? Get in for extra damage. We'll hold up Burst Lightning. Yeah, let's play the Inti. Alright. Attack. Don't think I want to discard anything. Could discard this to get in some extra damage. But it's okay. Alright. Next turn. Can do the thing. See if we can. Okay. Tender Wild Guide. Summon. I think that is... let's attack with the FOMO. Pump it up a bunch. Because it essentially gets 2 attacks. Attack with both. Put the counter here. Ditch this thing. Give it trample. Benevolent River Guide. That's not good. Alright. Block and block. Burst Lightning, one of them. Alright, sweet. Got him. Nice. On to the next one. Alright, opponent goes first. Give this a keep. Looks pretty good. Alright, bolt the bird for sure. And 2 breakouts, pretty nice. Gives us a chance of something pretty sweet. Okay. Fortunately I have to pay life. We could just like go for the Floodpits Drowner, but let's go here. FOMO. Alright, ditch a land, an Inti maybe. Could ditch a land. Should ditch the land. Try to block? Yeah, sure. Not great here, but... Alright, well. Glad I tried to block. Alright, well. Down to 12. Floodpits Drowner. Breakout again. There we go. That's what I was looking for. We'll swing, swing. And pass. Okay. I guess that does present a little bit of an issue. But I think I'm going to go no blocks, take 4. Could trade, but I think this thing... I can go... Inti attack for 6. And Floodpits Drowner. Can also do a FOMO. Ditch the land. Yeah, we'll get to attack twice next turn. Although if we go Inti... Actually, if we go Inti and we hit something we can cast, then we can potentially trigger it. That's probably better, actually. Alright, let's do this. Ditch the land. Oh, I should have... This triggers off of land. Oh, shoot. Well, that was a mistake. But should have also not played a land. And just played this and attacked. Anyways, we'll pretend I played better. Because this triggers off lands coming into play from anywhere as well. Paw Patch, Recruit. Let's go Floodpits Drowner. Tap that down. Another one. Alright. Well, I think should have this if we discard this Floodpits Drowner. Let's see, 3. Pump this up. Attack here, attack here. Do I attack with the Inti? Don't think I need to. Alright. Pump this up. There we go. Burst Lightning. Just go face with that, probably. Yeah, we got him. Cast the Burst Lightning, trigger this at the end of turn. Yep, a lot of good stuff. Didn't play perfectly, but got there anyways. Alright, GG. Okay, going first. Sure, we'll try this, I guess. Not the best hand, but could be worse, I guess. I guess I'll take that thing out. Never know what kind of damage the bat can do. Land and Inti. It's this Benevolent River Spirit. Okay. Let's attack and ditch a land. Ooh, one of these verges. See if we hit something more playable. Okay, nope. Didn't. Wow. Alright, there's abandoned air temple. Okay. Flyer's deck, eh? Very nice. Ooh, there's breakout. Although we have the Uharis, so I kind of want to do this plus Uharis and see what we hit. Yeah, let's do that. Ditch the spirit, I guess. Pretty unlikely we'll play that. Okay, there's a land. And then if you played a land or cast a spell. So if we had hit a spell, we would have wanted to do that. I think I'll go breakout anyways. FOMO. That would have been pretty good to hit before. But anyways, trigger 2 damage. Got the extra damage in. That's pretty sweet. Let's see what they got. Exemplar of Light. Okay, that's pretty good. They can draw some cards. We can go Inti. Burst Lightning. This also has a chance, so we got to discard. Discard the land, maybe. And we can do. We have a 5/5. So let's just attack. Can't Burst Lightning and take it out, so I think we attack with everything. And then this is the Delirium untap. Gets to attack again. Maybe the Inti? And then ditching a land. And then pumping up this. Ooh. Can't take that. Well, unless we... How much damage is this? This is 6 plus 4. No, let's just see what they do. It's pretty good combat here. Because if they block here, we can torch their guy with first strike. And this has trample as well. If they block here, we can also torch their guy. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of just in a pretty bad position. No matter what they do. Yep. And then we get to attack again for the win. Alright. Nice. Good one. GG. Okay, opponent goes first. This hand is okay. We got a FOMO to discard the spirit, so I think I'll keep it on that merit. Guess we can, a Verge, blue Verge. I'll hold up the Burst Lightning, I guess. It's debating if I want to play this tapped or this untapped, but it's fine. Alright, yep, good thing I left up the mana. Take down the cub. So many cubs. Ooh, and there's a breakout. That's probably worth casting. Let's see what I hit. And... well, we could Floodpits Drowner their land. That seems pretty sweet. Alternatively... this is not a bad thing, but I think that's just too tempting to not tap down their land here. Just set them back. Okay. Alright, gonna play... This is the third turn, right? So we could play this. Yep, and then... Discard, River Spirit. More land. Not what we were looking for. Creature sorcery instant. Okay, we can play one of these next turn, but they might get a huge board here. Yep. Yeah, that's a problem. Alright. Turn too late for the torch the tower. Still, we can play this. We could bargain it as well to take out the Drunis. We could just take out a cub. Think we swing and see what they do. That's it. Okay. That's fine. Do we want to cut off some of their mana? I feel like take out a cub. Alright, well, not looking great. Especially now that they played that. Yeah, that should do it. Unless we draw. We needed to have drawn something else. Okay. Well, attack. Definitely drew a lot of lands here. Alright, GG. Alright, welcome back to the wrap-up for our breakout Benevolent River Spirit Uharis deck. This one was pretty fun, pretty aggressive deck for this channel. I don't play a lot of aggro decks on this channel, but I thought this synergy was too good to try to pass up. And I was able to get it one game, was able to break out into Uharis a couple times too. Every time I did that, I think I won. I think it was pretty darn good card. This is you kind of want this in your opening hand every single time. If you have the River Spirit in your opening hand, not so good, but you can discard it here, so it kind of all worked out. Let me know if you have any other ideas in the comments below. You could go down to 20 lands in this deck too, and maybe play another Torch the Tower, or like any other sort of removal I think would be useful. There's so many like creature decks that you want to have a bunch of removal for, so but if you have any other ideas, let me know in the comments below, and really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much for supporting the channel, any members that have joined. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.